As part of your programming development, we thought it'd just be worthwhile for the next few days up until the Easter break for you to do something slightly different. We're going to go to Codecademy. Note it's Codecademy. You'll need to register. Use your school email address because it's very easy then to come into your when you're in school environment and reset password if need be. Okay, so I've logged in. I'm just going to now go to the catalogue. Oh, I should say at this point, if at any point you get a screen popping up for payment and all that sort of thing, you don't need to pay. You just go back to this area or go down to the bottom of the screen and choose the catalogue. Okay, as it is, we're going to do some JavaScript coding and some gaming development, which will lead on to us going back into Greenfoot again and using Greenfoot, which is an examined piece of programming work that you'll need to do. So we'll go to Catalog, and I'm going to go to JavaScript. And if I scroll down, then I'm going to scroll down to, we could do the introduction to JavaScript, very similar to Python and so on for interactivity and other languages as well with if statements, loops and so on. So something slightly different where we're going to do object programming, game development with Java.js. So I'm going to click on that and go into that environment. And I'm into the first section. You'll see that there's a hello world, draw circle, draw sprite, and all that throughout. I've been through them all, so they're all quite easy to work through for the majority. But you've just got to read. On the left-hand side, there's some instructions. It gives some good terminology as well about objects and events such as click and data changing and that sort of thing. You just click back on that again, just to get that loaded up. So if the page does struggle for a little bit, just refresh and you're back into Codecademy. So we're going to draw shapes and images, going to play some sound and music a bit later on, and some animations and so on. It talks through what phase is all about. You have a read through that, but it's going to use JavaScript code. It says it always needs a title, so there's a this.add.text area, and that's in this area here. And I'm still going to say by. So I'm building up. I know that this.add.text is going to do the text in the world. I could change the size of it to 30 and even change the color. These are 24-bit codes. These are hexadecimal FFA0D0. So I'm just going to change that to FA. Let's see what it does, if it does change it in fact. So the code has changed. Oh, I forgot the \n, which goes to the new line, of course, by. In fact, I should have read what it said. Cody's Ventures in Code World. Oh. So into the universe, let's click run. So it's done that, change that. And then in section 2 it says by Codecademy, change it to G. Lewis, and I've done that. And if I click run again, then we go on to the next section. The next section is to draw a circle, and this is where it's going to start talking about not just text, but we're going to add circles as well, and that's what it does in this point. The circles have a coordinate, an x coordinate. Well, all objects have an x coordinate, so I'll say that is 200, and I'll change that coordinate to let's change that to 150, and this being the radius. So if I just click run on that, it'll say there's an error. So it's moved on the circles, and this dot add circle, it's the FF circle, which is the circle in the middle here, this red one. So I'm just going to just change its color to A, and if we change, we'll also change its radius to 200. Let's go and see how that looks. And you can see it's changed it. Changed its colour certainly, but maybe the radius is just a little too big. I'm going to need at least 100 so that I can see it, in fact. There we are, so it changes that. So there's some coding, and it asks you to this dot add circle. Let circle 3 equal this dot add dot circle, x coordinate, y coordinate, radius size, and then fill color. All right, so that it talks about those all in there, and then it's got some instructions about create your own circle inside the create function. Here's the function create, and open curly brackets, close curly brackets. Let's circle one, and it works through that. Okay, that's for that particular section.